Hello, everyone. My name is Cornelia Baciu, and I'm a Scandinavian guest professor at Kiel University and a researcher at the Center for Military Studies, Department of Political Science, University of Copenhagen. Today, I'm going to embark you on a journey on my article in Review of International Studies. My article is on norm expressivism and punishment in international relations, and this will take about 6 minutes. Although expressivism has been studied in relation to criminal justice since the emergence of modern international criminal law, we see a new expressivist so-called turn, an expressivist perspective in norms and criminal justice that has resurfaced in the past decades. And this invites for a new viewpoint on the dynamic interplay between norms and symbolic action. The research gap addressed in this article is as following. The expressivist literature situates expressivism as a distinct account of punishment. Yet the problem is that expressivism as an account of punishment has been criticized for being too abstract and lacking an immanent meaning, or for its dialectic position in relation to punishment. So addressing this theoretical shortcoming, the article remediates our understanding of expressivism, establishing new knowledge on the meaning of norm expressivism, and also clarifying the relationship between expressivism and punishment. The novelty and overarching value added of this article consists in demonstrating how expressivism, traditionally seen as a distinct account of punishment, can play a normative role even if punishment in the form of trials and prosecution is not embraced. So I argue that even in the absence of judicial proceedings in a courtroom, the intentions entailed by expressivist rationales can have a reinforcing effect on the legal and normative order. I built on a case study methodology, and I apply hermeneutic deconstruction as a method to study the rhetoric of countries' delegates at the United Nations in the aftermath of Russia's 2022 full-scale invasion of Ukraine. I study the expressivist manifestations and responses to norm violation based on the Ukraine-related debates at the United Nations, both in the UN Security Council and UN General Assembly. And these are my findings. I provide several examples of manifestations of norm expressivism. So there are several rhetoric patterns that are related to the idea of punishment and criminal justice. So these four manifestations, I picked upon four manifestations of punishment: disagreement pronouncements, denunciation of norm violation, postulation of guilt, and penal analogies. So I will go to them one by one. Disagreement pronouncements are international practices that express a judgment of disapproval, in which judgment is distinct from emotions, and in which there's a condemnation of international conduct of states or other actors. Denunciation of norm violation refers to the elocution of violation of specific norms by a wrongdoer. And this denunciation of norm violation is important because it can help document the instances of breaking the law, helping to identify the specific legislative provisions that were broken, and ultimately for which the offender is perceived to be responsible. Postulation of guilt refers to expressivist practices that unveil and expose the blame and attribution of responsibility for a wrongdoing. And this enables moments during which the wrongdoing and the attribution of responsibility of the wrongdoer for breaking the law are being ascertained. Penal analogies through mnemotechnics and emotions. So penal analogy refers to the performative reconstruction of a past wrongdoing that was legally and judicially ascertained as a crime being presented in a fashion of similarity vis-a-vis a current wrongdoing. The article makes a multidisciplinary scholarly contribution. It provides a theoretical contribution to three strands of research in three disciplines. First, it contributes to international relations discipline and specifically to the norm research in IR. It also contributes to international law, to the international law discipline, and here specifically, it advances the debates in criminal justice, international criminal justice, punishment, and expressivism, and it also advances the penal philosophy discipline. And in particular, it demonstrates the utility of Nietzsche's genealogy of guilt in deconstructing the nexus between expressivism and criminal justice. So in my last slide, I wanted to tell you what we would miss if we would not apply expressivist lenses. So by applying expressivist lenses, this article expounds how expressivist action epitomizes a negation of norm denial. And without expressivist lenses, we would miss the opportunity to capture examples and mechanisms of denial of norm violation. We would also miss understanding how rhetorical acts contribute to the long-term construction of accountability, moral desires, and institutional memory at the United Nations, shaping future judicial action. Thank you very much for listening, and please do read the article if you would like to find out more.